Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Dr. Shahana, and today we are focusing on the differences between the JNC 7 and JNC 8 hypertension guidelines, and what is the difference between these two guidelines for the hypertension. These changes were made in 2014, and basically in this article, this article shows the comparison of the hypertension guideline according to the Joint National Committee, and they also advise several types of antihypertensive medications. What are these? We have discussed briefly all types of antihypertensive medications in our initial lecture. According to this new guideline, they are mainly emphasize the control of systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure with respect to age and with respect to the comorbidity which is present in the patient. And basically, this guideline introduced a new recommendation for the safer use of the ACE inhibitors and the angiotensin receptor blockers. What are the changes? First change is that if the patient age is 60 years or older, who do not have the diabetes or chronic kidney disease, it means a patient is there and the age is the borderline age is the 60 years and the more than 60 years, having no diabetes, no kidney disease. The goal of blood pressure is somewhat more extended and it is up to 150 by 90 millimeter of Hg. ठीक है, 60 साल या 60 साल से ज्यादा के जो बूढ़े लोग हैं या खवातीन हैं, उनके अंदर जो हाइपरटेंशन की ब्लड प्रेशर की जो अपर लिमिट है वो अबाउट अप टू 150 बाय 90 नॉर्मल है. अप टू 150 बाय 90 नॉर्मल है, क्योंकि अब ये रिसर्च है कि एज के साथ ब्लड प्रेशर नॉर्मली बढ़ जाता है और वो बॉडी की रिक्वायरमेंट होता है. तो 150 बाय 90 तक नॉर्मल है विदाउट एनी डिजीज. And in patient having the age group between 18 to 59 years of the age group along with without comorbidities, and the inpatient with 60 years or older who have diabetes and chronic disease. In both conditions, the new goal of the blood pressure is to maintain the blood pressure less than 140 by 90 millimeter of Hg. यानी इसमें अगर चाहे एज कम हो या एज के साथ साथ अगर 60 इयर्स है एज, उसमें अगर डायबिटीज और क्रॉनिक किडनी डिजीज है तो फिर गोल ये है कि 140 बाय 90 हम रखेंगे. ठीक है, ये दो मेजर हमारे पास है डिफरेंस के, इसको याद रखना है आपने कि 60 इयर्स से ज्यादा, नो डिजीज, नो सीकेडी, नो डायबिटीज, तो एज हमारे पास जो लिमिट है वो 150 बाय 90 तक नॉर्मल है. अबव 150 बाय 90 कंसिडर एज द हाइपरटेंसिव पेशेंट. And if the person age is between 18 to 59 and without any comorbidity, और या फिर once age ज्यादा है however लेकिन उसमें comorbidity of CKD and diabetes है, तब भी in both condition there will be the if the blood pressure is more than 150 by 90 then it is considered as the hypertension. What are the first drug of choice? First choices are starting from the thiazide type diuretics, then calcium channel blockers, then ACE inhibitors and ARBs, and now इससे भी अगर हम करंट बिल्कुल गाइडलाइन देखें तो उसमें थायराइड के बाद फौरन से अब CCV जो है वो सिलेक्शन में नहीं रहे. नाउ थायराइड के बाद डायरेक्ट ACE inhibitors and ARBs जो है वो शुरू कर सकते हैं. सेकेंड, एन alternative therapy including the same ACE inhibitors or ARBs along with the higher doses. Either the dose will be high or there will be a combination of the ACE inhibitors along with thyroid diuretics and CCBs. ACE inhibitors and ARB एक साथ नहीं दे सकते, अलग अलग देते हैं. या तो ACE inhibitor देंगे या ARB देंगे. इन दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन थायराइड के साथ कर सकता है, इन दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन अलग अलग करके CCB यानी कैल्शियम चैनल ब्लॉकर के साथ भी जो है वो हो सकते हैं. देन वी हैव सेवरल ऑल्टरनेटिव्स एज वेल एज, जैसे कि हमने डिस्कस किया, वी हैव बीटा ब्लॉकर्स, वी हैव अल्फा ब्लॉकर्स, वी हैव अल्फा 1 बीटा ब्लॉकर्स जस्ट लाइक कार्बिडाइनॉल, वी हैव vasodilating beta blockers like nebivolol, and we have central alpha-2 adrenergic agonist like clonidine. We have direct vasodilators like hydralazine. We have loop diuretics just like furosemide. We have aldosterone antagonists just like spironolactone, and we have the peripherally centrally acting adrenergic antagonist reserpine. In African people, the choice is the CCB instead of and thyroid instead of ACE inhibitors, because it has been found that ACE inhibitors are not so effective in the Africans. Furthermore, use of ACE inhibitors and ARB is recommended in all patients with the CKD as first line of therapy or in addition of first line of therapy. All students should remember that ACE inhibitors and ARB, that is angiotensin receptor blockers, का जो effect है वो same है and they should not be used simultaneously. CCBs and thyroid diuretics should be used instead of ACE inhibitors and ARBs in the patient over the age of 75 years with impaired kidney function due to risk of hyperkalemia, increased creatinine and further renal impairment. It means कि 75-year age से patient ज़्यादा है तो automatically the kidney function is very compromised, and in this situation when there is impaired kidney function, there is high risk of hyperkalemia and there is high risk of increased creatinine, and there is more chances of further renal impairment lead to the kidney failure. To prevent this, we can't use ACE inhibitors at this age group. Blood pressure limits are extended, and the goal of the systolic blood pressure is to reduce the blood pressure less than 140/90, and in case of the patient there is no comorbidity, and if the patient has hypertension and major comorbidity, the goal was the less than 130/80. And according to the new guideline, it is basically due to the several trials in which the different patients of the age group between 30 to 69 received the medications, and then the results were shown that they are basically capable of reducing the cerebrovascular events. Initial goal was the lowering of the blood pressure. However, now the chronic goal is to reduce the cerebrovascular events. यानी जो major हमारा emphasis है वो ये कि further जो है उसमें कोई cerebrovascular events ना हो, like heart failure, like mortality related to the diastolic and systolic blood pressure. One more important thing is to remember that the change in the diastolic blood pressure is more indicative of the cardiovascular damage. अगर diastolic blood pressure elevate हो रहा है, it means कि यहाँ पे cardiac damage है, and there is the problem associated with the heart, and this diastolic की heart relax नहीं हो रहा, diastole में भी उसका pressure ज़्यादा है, especially if the patient age is more than 60. अगर patient की age 60 से कम है तो फिर इतना problematic नहीं है, लेकिन ज़्यादा है अगर age तो फिर problematic ज़्यादा है. Furthermore, in younger patient, the medication should be favored. बहुत ज़्यादा हमें medications जो है वो prescribe नहीं करनी to prevent certain types of adverse effect like that are basically associated with the low systolic blood pressure, like sexual dysfunction, which is more common in the younger age. So younger age के अंदर जो sexual dysfunction है, it is basically mostly related to the low systolic blood pressure. Low systolic blood pressure की वजह से ये sexual dysfunctioning and डिक्रीज लिबिडो जो होती है वो कंट्रोल करने के लिए यंगर पेशेंट में जरूरत नहीं है कि इतनी ज्यादा जो है वो ब्लड प्रेशर को कंट्रोल किया जाए. अगर बहुत ज्यादा एलिवेटेड है देन वी हैव टू गो फॉर दैट. इन द पेशेंट विद CKD or kidney disease, according to the newer guidelines, the chronic kidney disease, the patient medication should be sufficient to achieve the blood pressure up to the 140/90 millimeter, and with the exception that in the patient of more than 60 years, ARBs and ACE inhibitors are not recommended. And the monitoring should be done so to evaluate the serum creatinine level and albuminuria. According to the clinical data available, both limits are safer for the patient with the diabetes along with the hypertension, that is the 150 millimeter of Hg and 140 by 90 millimeter of Hg. However, the treatment goal is more good and more improvement of the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular outcome if the blood pressure is maintained on 140 by 90. So recommended goal is the 140 by less than 140 by 90 millimeter of Hg. For that condition, just like the JNC7, the JNC8 panel recommend the thiazide diuretic as initial therapy for the most patient. However, ACE inhibitors and ARB inhibitors are also acceptable alternatives. However, the first line therapy is not including the beta blocker and alpha blockers. And JNC8 recommend that instead of using alpha blocker or beta blocker for the controlling of the hypertension, they have to use a combination therapy. Either the dose will be adjusted or the combination of the first 4-line therapy should be done, and the triple therapy along with the ACE inhibitors, CCB and thiazide combination will be considered as a more good alternative instead of using alpha blocker, beta blocker and several other agents. And the newer guidelines also eliminate the use of the beta blockers like nebivolol, loop diuretics, alpha-1 blocker, all these types of direct vasodilators, aldosterone antagonists, unless they are indicated for the secondary causes of the hypertension, just like the endocrinal disorders in which there is a tumor of adrenal gland or any other just like that. Furthermore, you should remember that ACE inhibitors and ARB are not the ideal choice for the African people, and it may happen that they are lead to the worsen of the cardiovascular outcomes as compared to the thiazide diuretics or CCBs. And for that purpose, the CCBs and thiazide diuretics are the drug of choices. However, if the patient is the patient of the CKD or hypertension, then they may receive ACE inhibitors due to the protection providence for the kidney function as an add-on therapy. The only exception is the use of ACE inhibitors for the protection of the kidney function to the patient over the age of 75. And the panel basically highlight that the ACE inhibitors increases the serum creatinine and produce hyperkalemia. And beyond the age of 75, their use is contraindicated. They are not preferred, यानी ये 60 से लेकर 75 तक एज के पर्सन को दे सकते हैं, उससे बड़े को नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि फिर ये हर हाल में जो है वो CKD को वर्ष करेगा. DASH approach should be followed according to the JNC8 guideline, and it is recommended that lifestyle changes is an important part of the therapy. It is considered as a therapy, and eating plan should be made in such a way that the patient is going to reduce the sodium intake, and it is limited less than 2.4 grams per day, and at least 30 minutes of the aerobic activity most of the weeks. Okay. In addition, there should be the delay of development of the hypertension. It should improve the blood pressure. This is all about the JNC8 classification of the hypertension. Hope you can easily understand. Briefly, now after that lecture, we will go for the book, which is the Rogan and Walker book. And from that chapter, we will, the chapter that we will consider is the chapter 19 for the hypertension. Thank you.